welcome or welcome back to my channel. You've probably seen it from the title. I'm going to show you guys some of the products that were awarded 2023 Best of Beauty by Allure. And the first one I want to talk about is this one. This is the Gisou hair oil. I have been using this for quite some time. It's currently halfway. I don't use it every single day because I have really fragile thin hair. I'm gonna need something that's a little bit more lightweight. So although I think that the hair oil is pretty good, it does nourish my hair a lot. It can weigh my hair down and it can make my hair look greasy. So you won't see this in the demo, but I do want to talk about it because it is in my collection. If you have tougher hair, if you have strong hair, if you have very thick hair, I actually think you might like this oil. I'm gonna go with something that's a little bit more lightweight. And if they do one day make a light version of this, I will probably be interested in buying it. For the skincare section, there was only one that I really wanted to talk about that I think is worth it, and that's this one. This is the Roche-Posay Tinted Fluid Sunscreen. This is from the Anthelios Uvmune 400 line. If you have oily skin, you're probably gonna like this one. The first thing you'll notice is it's incredibly liquidy. I usually apply it on the hand. It's tinted. There's only one color, so the tint is basically there to offset any of the white cast, but at the same time, there's only one color, so it's not like a variety of tints out there for multiple skin tones. But if you're my skin tone, this looks beautiful on the skin. I feel like it evens out my skin tone. It's sort of pore blurring. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a matte finish. It comes out as a liquid. There's a lot of alcohol in here because that's what you smell. The first thing you smell is a ton of alcohol and you're like, whoa. But the alcohol helps with the evaporation process because it evaporates almost instantly when you put it on the skin. It's not very watery when you put it on the skin. And then it becomes this really beautiful, slightly pigmented sunscreen on the face. I do really like it, but I wouldn't wear it in extreme heats. And I do think it's oily proof, but I still wouldn't wear it in extreme heats. And if you are deep complexion, again, there's only one color, so that's unfortunate. The next category that I was looking at was base. I was very interested to see what was big in base right now. And the first thing that I saw that I really enjoy is this skin tint by Hourglass. This is the Veil Hydrating Skin Tint, and I have mine in the shade 7. I think this is a perfect skin match for me. I think this gives my skin a very sheer but healthy glow. I really like this. I think the biggest con that I have with this one is it's a little bit thicker, so I don't tend to use a lot. I tend to use very small amounts. I think some people with oilier complexions don't like kind of the thicker skin tints, but personally I do think that this looks really beautiful on the skin. It does sit on the skin a little bit, so I tend to keep this very sheer. Personally, I do think it's worth it, and I really like how this wears and how this looks, and it gives me a boost of confidence. Next product in the base categories that I saw that I had in my collection were these ones. These are the Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush ones. I've mine in the shade Pillow Talk and Peach Pop. I have two shades. I like them both. I actually really like this formula. My favorite one is the Pillow Talk shade, is the one that I use today. I think that this gives a very natural looking finish. It's not too matte, even though they're called matte beauty blush wands. I don't really like the applicator. I often think that the formulation inside is very good, but the applicator can get very messy and you can over apply like you see here in the demo. Having a clean brush at hand to just kind of diffuse the product and the edges really helped out with how this looked in the end. And I think it turned out very beautiful. It looks very nice on the skin. And again, Pillow Talk is my favorite shade. I love these sort of rosy, nudie toned blushes. So personally, I would recommend these. I think they're a favorite of 2023 for my collection that I tried this year. And they stack up to some of the best liquid blushes that I've tried ever. Last product in the base category was this one. This is the Rare Beauty highlighter that came out, I believe, the end of last year or beginning of this year. And I got mine in the shade Exhilarate. This is a beautiful highlighter. Someone described this highlighter as a modernized version of a 2016 highlighter, and actually, I think that's the best way to describe this because it's a blinding highlight, but it doesn't have those extremely glittery pigments in there. There is some finely milled glitter in here, so when the sun hits you, you do see the glitter, which I can imagine not everybody enjoys. Personally, I think it's a really nice experience with the dome. I tend to use this one with my finger, and it does give a very beautiful blinding highlight. I like champagne tone highlighters, so Exhilarate is the color for me. The next category that I want to talk about is the clean beauty category. category. I do follow a lot of clean beauty brands, although I'm not exclusive to clean beauty. The bronzer that I saw in the clean beauty section is this one by Tower 28. This is the Sculptino. I got mine in the shade Getty. This is, I believe, sort of like a contour product, but honestly, I use it more as a bronzer. I think it's a really nice color for both bronzing and sculpting, but I wouldn't consider this a full-on contour color. Personally, I actually really like this formulation. I think if you are someone that likes minimalist makeup look, or if you're someone that likes the Make It by Mario, those skin enhancers, I actually think you'll like this formulation as well. Very soft, but it looks beautiful on the skin. It kind of sinks in, looks like your skin, but a little bit better. This shade Getty is a beautiful color for me as well. I expected this to sort of like kind of fall into the crevices of my collection and I would forget about it, but honestly, I think this is a beautiful formulation, a beautiful color, and I've been getting some good use out of this. So I would totally recommend this, and I think that it deserves a Allure Beauty Award. Another clean beauty must-have is this one by Victoria Beckham Beauty. This is their eyebrow pencil. This is the Microfine Brow Pencil Crayon. I got this one and I compared it to my Westman Atelier, and what I like about this one is the size of it. You can make really beautiful fine strokes. It also blends out really easily if you do want to fill in some of the sparse areas of your brow. I personally really like this brow pencil, and it's probably the best brow pencil that I tried currently this year. I know that this is not a very sexy category to talk about, but brow pencils are something that often we use a lot. We just don't like to review them because it's not as exciting as an eyeshadow palette or a new blush color. I've been getting some good use out of this one from Victoria Beckham Beauty, and I actually think that it's fun to see Victoria Beckham Beauty in these categories because it is one of my favorite brands. They make some good products, and I think the brow product is definitely one of them. Two eyeshadow palettes that I want to talk about. The first one that got awarded in Allure Beauty Award is from Florasis. It's the Phoenix palette. Now, I don't have the Phoenix palette, but I do have this one. This is part of their romance collection. I did a dedicated review on this. They sent me this in PR, and I've mentioned this a few times on my channel that even though it is PR, I actually really like this palette. Like, it looks aesthetically super pleasing, but also the formula of these shadows, they're really good. Like, the shimmers are so buttery. The mattes are well performing. I think if you like K-beauty, you'll like this. I think if you like pigmented shadows, I think you could also appreciate a formula like this. I'm not just saying that because I got this in PR. I actually really enjoy this palette, and this is also going to be one of my best of 2023 beauty products that I tried. In the splurge, so best splurge section, I did see one of the other eyeshadow palettes that I can talk about, which is a Tom Ford palette. Now, I've tried the Tom Ford Crown formula, and I've now tried this formula. This is the Wet and Dry formula. It's the formula that probably you guys like the most, and I often get recommendations of the Wet and Dry formula. Now, I got this one on a hefty sale because these are very expensive, so they're definitely a splurge. First off, I want to say that I don't think I got the right color story for me. I tend to not use these three colors. I think these two colors are very much alike, and like a sort of red like this one, not really my thing, so I tend to only use this one, and you'll see how I use it dry in the demo, and it does give you this really beautiful, I don't know, spotlight eye. Like, it catches the light really beautifully, but there's no sparkles in here. It's like having a metallic shade on my eyes. Maybe it's the color story, but I personally don't think that it's worth like the full amount of money, like the $90 that it usually is. But that's not to say that I don't understand why people enjoy this type of finish. I do think it looks very beautiful. There is a tool section. The only tool that I want to talk about is last year's winner as well, which is my favorite eyelash curler. This is the Shu Uemura eyelash curler. I'm in love with this eyelash curler. It's perfect for my eye shape. Like, my problem with eyelash curlers is sometimes they're too straight, so I can't curl all the lashes, and this one has a nice curvature to it that it kind of like goes with my eye. So I still use the Shu Uemura curler all the time, and it's fun to see a repeat of last year. It's still one of my repeats as well. There are only two lip products that I want to talk about, and one of them is currently like my favorites. We're about to see a holy grail here. which is this one by Summer Fridays. I finally tried one of these lip balm things. I got mine in the shade Beige Vanilla, and I have been wearing this non-stop. I have to sort of force myself to wear some of my other lip products to not only finish this one up, but I really like this. I don't know why, but because it was so viral on TikTok and I saw it everywhere, I actually thought that this product was gonna be overhyped, but honestly, I'm in love with this product. I use the Vanilla Beige shade together with my lip liner from Lisa Eldridge in the shade Sorcery. I think the combination is just a really nice 90s type of lip. I always feel comfortable, and with this one, it's just very nourishing. It has a really nice applicator because there's a sort of a divot in here. It really hugs the lips well. Only good things to say about this. It has a decent smell, not too overpowering, a decent amount of pigment, and I just love the nourishment that this gives, and my lips love it too. The other one I want to talk about that I do have in my collection is the Clarins Lip Oil. I have 4 of these minis. I do think that this is a very good lip oil formulation, good amount of pigment, more of a lip oil compared to the more balmy type of product that Summer Fridays is. Not as nourishing as the Summer Fridays. So although I do like the pigmentation, I actually really like the Summer Fridays in terms of the nourishment. And I need a lot of nourishment. My lips tend to be super dry. So I think that was all of my Allure Best of Beauty like makeup and skincare and hair care that I saw that was in my collection that I could talk about. I actually think that a lot of the Best of Beauty awards were fairly given. I think the ones that were the biggest disappointments, not even disappointments, but the ones that I think that you don't necessarily need to have is like the Gisou hair oil, for example. The Tom Ford eyeshadow formula, I understand why you guys like it, but it's just not, it's not enough for me for the full price. Maybe if you can get it on a sale. And I think that the Pillow Talk blush sticks are very good, but they are a little messy. Overall, I think my face looks very beautiful. I think the makeup turned out very beautiful. And I actually think that all of these brands did a very good job. I congratulate all of the brands. There's no duds in here, guys, no duds. And I hope you guys like this video. If you do like this video, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Comment down below if you have any questions regarding the products that you see down here. You guys, subscribe to my channel if you saw some of the brands and you like these brands and you're like, oh, I'd like to see them featured more. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!